Hello, happy Friday. How is everybody doing? New Jersey time is 1 o'clock and it is Penny Day. It's my day to stay home and take care of myself and my well-being. And if you're finding me for the first time, we are clearing our vision. Clear your vision, invite your friends. Today we are talking to men. I've cleared my vision. You always have to clear your vision. Get something to clear your vision to make sure you see properly. Invite your friends, and I hope you're having a wonderful Friday wherever you are. We are talking to men today. So if you're finding me for the first time, please do me a favor. Go over to my page, like my page. Go over to YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that way we can reach more people. That's what I'm about to do just now, to pin my YouTube channel. So when you guys have a chance, you can support me or invite your friends so we can all learn together. So share this video. We are talking to men today. We are talking to men because, you know, things are not going good. Things are going crazy, especially here in America. Not so much maybe in Nairobi or other parts of the world, but things are going crazy in the USA. So please like this video or share this video, invite your friends. I see a lot of you are there. So listen, my goal here is for you to be inspired when I'm done. My goal here for you is to be able to listen and learn one or two things by the time I'm done. My goal for you is for you to be able to live a life with purpose. Oh my guest, my number one fan, Mr. Jimmy Kabugi. Yes, I'm going to invite you. So stand by. You're going to throw in your points because today we are talking to men. And my goal for you is to encourage you to wake up and live a life with purpose without, depending on anyone for whatever you're doing. So we are speaking to our men, especially our men that are out of out of Africa, let's say, or men who are not in their villages, men who are not in Nyandoche, men who've left their local homes and they moved maybe to Nairobi, they moved to Mombasa, they moved to USA. Hold on a minute. What's going on? What happened? Okay, then close the door and go. Okay. I don't need children here. Okay, bye. This is very serious. I don't want children in this meeting. So if you have your children and you're watching me live, remove your children because this is not a children problem. So if you're not in your village, if you're not in Nyandoche and you're a man, we are speaking to you. Because you know what? Let me move my camera a little closer. Because we are far from home. But you know what? A lot of us still think we are in the village. We are not in the village. We are no longer in the village. So Jimmy Kabugi wants to come on my video after I speak to the men. Okay, men? I want to tell you guys something very nice, in the nicest way I can tell you. We are not your mothers. Get that clear. If you're going to, men don't like talking too much. Even now I've spoken too much. I should have started speaking before, the men log off. Because men do not like, okay? Do not like to hear some of the things I'm about to say. But listen, men, we are not your mothers. We are your children's mothers. We are not your mothers, okay? Number two, women, we love conditionally. We do not have unconditional love for you. Unconditional love comes from your parents, your father and your mother, especially your mother. Even your father has no tolerance for you. Your mother will go above and beyond for you. Women have no unconditional love. Our love is conditional. We only love you because you're giving us something. So our love is very much conditional. I have my points here and I want to just, I don't forget anything. Okay? When a woman is fed up with a man, they are fed up. Once we are done with a man, we are actually done. We're just going to be there. Especially once we have children. When women are fed up, they are fed up. But your mother cannot be fed up. Your sister cannot be fed up. Your aunties, those your relatives, those the in-laws that we don't like, they will have unconditional love for you. But as once a woman is fed up, she's fed up. She's not going to ask you where you're coming from. She's not even worried about you. Once you see your wife is saying nothing, she's fed up. Once a woman is fed up, she's fed up because our love is conditional. We are not meeting our expectations, okay? Number 4, women adapt to change very fast. That's why we marry you guys. So I marry someone in Wizao, I marry someone in America, I marry someone in Mexico. Women adapt to change very fast, and we no longer remember anything that happened before. We don't remember how you were good, we don't remember how you were whatever. Once we see things and we adapt to that change, forever we are forgotten about everything else. Nyando Chebere is forgotten, now I'm in Buinzao. Women adapt to change very fast, unlike men, okay? If you don't have a woman friend, find one. If you don't have your mother, if your mother died before she introduced you to women who can hold you, if you don't have sisters, you need to find those women, because women are the ones who hold the society together. You need that female in your life. If you don't have that female in your life, and the female is not going to be your wife, no. The female is going to be somebody who has unconditional love for you, because our love is very, very much conditional, okay? We don't owe you anything. Once we marry you and we don't like you and you've lost your job, that's where I'm going with this. We don't owe you anything. Pack your shit and just go if you're not trying to get another job. If you become an alcoholic, pack your stuff and go to your mother. If you become a lazy person, you don't want to go to work, pack everything that you have, go back to your village, go back to Nyando Chebere, go back to your parents. They will take you, they will give you unconditional love. We don't have unconditional love for you, just in case you didn't know. Our love is based on the tea you bought for us, the clothes you paid, for us to get, the saloon. Our love is based on paying rent. Our love is based on giving us shelter. Our love is conditional. We don't love you like that. No. We love you because you're giving us something. And if you look back, our mothers loved our fathers because they gave them land so they can cultivate and feed the children. We don't eat love. Our love is conditional. If you're giving nothing, pack your things and do what? And go. And another thing, respect is earned. If you've not been earning your respect, we are not going to give it to you. Yeah, women can only respect men who respect themselves, okay? Now, ladies, only stupid women cry after 2 years of marriage. If you're a stupid woman, continue crying for your husband. We don't cry after the 2nd year of marriage. Save your tears, especially if you've made children with that man that is making you cry. Save your tears for your children. Your tears are not for somebody else's child. Your husband is somebody else's child. His mother should be crying. His sister should cry. His auntie, let his relatives cry. Save your tears for those children that you've made with this terrible man. A terrible man makes terrible children. Save your tears. Save your tears for your children. Let me tell you, the first time I cried, I always have good stories, mine. The first time I cried, I had a sore throat. And we were somewhere watching a game, and I'm a new girlfriend. I think maybe I was a couple months in or whatever time it was. And I had a sore throat, and we were watching a game at my friend's house. So I told my husband, I was thinking I was it. That time, most of us think we are it. When you meet a man, you think, hey, I'm everything. So was watching a game, having a good time. That time, nobody gave me a memo. I was like stupid just going into this relationship. And I told him, oh, sweetie, let's go home. I don't feel well. Do you think the man even... The man was like, yeah, we are going. The man didn't want to go. Eventually, the man decided, now we are leaving at 5 a.m. So 5 a.m., I'm the sober one driving him home. I started going crazy. Oh, you this, I'm sick. And then I cried. And the worst part of that incident? He was drunk. So he doesn't even remember I cried. He didn't remember the next day how I cried on the way home. And he came home and he, you know, when he got in the house, he said, oh, I love you. And the man was drunk. I cried. I cried that time. Another stupid thing I did after I had my son. You know, now stress is killing him because now he has this new baby. I'm driving him crazy with the baby. I stopped working. I'm there being a dependent. I was a dependent. He went out and 1 is not coming. 2 is not coming. 3 is not coming. I called him. I'm calling this man. This man was not picking his phone, my friend. You know, I didn't sleep all night. I was waiting for this man. Hey, when the man came, sweetie, yeah, we had a good time. The man was so happy. Hey, and me, I didn't sleep all night. Okay, that time he was going to year, I think 4, now after the baby. Then I learned a lesson. I said, this is not your child. This is somebody's child who was raised in Nairobi where they don't sleep at home. These people do not sleep at home. When the weekend comes, they are gone. I'm from Nyando Chebere. I'm expecting all these things from a man. Nothing. I came out clean and I said, you know what? It is what it is. Okay. So now, a lot of you men get into marriages without even knowing what marriages are all about. You understand? What is marriage? Yeah? You get into a marriage, you don't even know the religion of the man, the religion of the woman. Most of the time, men get into marriages because they saw a beautiful woman like me. You see, I'm beautiful. Imagine at 50, I'm looking like this. You can imagine when my husband saw me at 20, I was looking edible. I don't think he saw me. He saw a woman he can have good sex with. Period. He didn't know anything. He didn't even do homework, nothing. He just wanted sex. And me, I'm seeing, hey, I'd grilled him. I said, hey, this man is a good man. Comes from a good family. He's a pastor's son. I was so wrong about that. Hey, me, I'm like, hey, his parents pray. I said, hey, this is a jackpot. I thought I hit a jackpot because now, hey, this guy is really good. So in the beginning, women see a husband and the men see a good sex partner. So they go for physical and we go for the future. We are thinking about the future. So in the beginning, the marriage is very, like, it's deceptive because, hey, me, I'm thinking he loves me. He wants to have a lot of sex, and he was a lot of sex, 2-3 rounds, you know, in the beginning. Hey, even me, I'm like, hey, that time, you know, the sex is pumped up. Even me, I'm feeling cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. And we were having a lot of sex. And me, I was saying, hey, I have hit the jackpot. And then, hey, I love you. Hey, your parents go to church. I thought I hit a jackpot. My husband had found a nice, sexy woman with a nice butt. You know, I didn't even know I had a nice butt to have sex with. And the sex was ready. It took me so long to even start understanding what I'm telling you now, young girls. So in sex, there's religion. In marriage, there's religion. There's children. There's finances, okay? There is communication. There is his family, okay? There is career goals. Where are you going with this man? This man that I was going with now, he was a college dropout at the time. And me now, I'm finishing school. I'm thinking now, I told my mom, now it's about time to get this thing going, you know. My teacher had told me once you finish school, Sabbath school teacher, now you get married. Now you can have unlimited sex. Even me, I was enjoying unlimited sex stupidly. I didn't know what was really coming, okay? There is family, there is his family, there is my family. We were doing this thing and we are getting so, we are, my goodness, I speak out of experience. We were having such a wonderful time. And it was really nice. And it's the reason I speak to you guys on Facebook. Now, fast forward. Why I'm here today, okay? I'm here today because our Kenyan men, especially our African men in America, you guys are failing us. Marriage is not just marriage. You are failing us and you're expecting us to play that role of your mother. We are not your mother. First of all, let's backtrack it. Someone like me, I come from a polygamous family. My father had 4 wives, 21 children. I'm number 18. I'm number 7 of my mother's children. And my father brought me to America. So my husband found me in America. My husband was also sent here by his father. When he told me that his father paid his tuition, in fact, immediately I knew I had hit the jackpot. Because my father had told me do not marry into poverty. I did not want to marry a man with no money. I want money and I like money. Today I just went and bought myself flowers. I buy myself flowers. If he has not bought, I go and buy. Because I like money. And I told him, I like money. And I told him, you know what? I come from a big family. We are not poor. Yeah, we grew up in like abundance, and I didn't know at the time. We grew up in a farm. We had it good. My father had money. So I told him, listen, dude, I like money. So if you are not finishing this school thing, you have a little time so you can, finish it. Because you know what? I was brought here because I had a father that worked hard. So there is no love. I don't love you a feeling. I need cash because I have cash. And I come from cash. Money is what's going to pay bills. Money is what's going to give us shelter, buy me flowers. In fact, I like a good life. And I told him straight up, I said, we don't, my father told me, don't marry a family where you have to educate their brothers, you have to send the father money, you have to send the father. So I was clear when I was interviewing this particular candidate that I call my husband, okay, that I wasn't doing all that rubbish. I call it rubbish because I knew it is rubbish. I'm not going to be subscribing to any of that. I did not want to marry a broke man. Because you know what? My father had lifted me and taken me out of poverty from Gesima. My father moved from Gesima in the 70s, moved to Nyando Chevere in the 70s, moved me to Kisi Primary School in the 80s, moved me to a nice boarding school in the 80s. I went to a primary boarding school, 7-day Adventist boarding school. And that's why I was able to stay a virgin, because I knew that sex is enjoyed during marriage, not in here and there. Because my father invested me. And I have the evidence. So now I found a man. Fast forward. I found a man here in America. Right? And I've told him, you know what? Hey, yeah, we are together. Fast forward. Okay? I want to tell you it's 29 years later. I'm speaking out of experience. 29 years later, I've been with this man. I personalize myself because I invite you to my personal space. 29 later, 4 children. Okay? And thank God I saved my tears, because now I have tears for my children. I have a 25-year-old, I have a 22-year-old, I have a 19-year-old, and I have a 12-year-old. The 3 adult children, I have shed tears for them. I am so glad I saved my tears for my children. I don't cry for a man. And I will not try to save a man. He has his family who don't like you half the time. They can cry for him. And these men, the reason why I want to talk to these men today, after they've lost their jobs here in America, or in Nairobi, or in Abuja, or in some Yeunde, they've been taking care of the family. Okay? Yes, they've been paying bills, okay? But they've been doing other rubbish. Some have been cheating. Some have been running around. Some have been doing nonsense. Now, all of a sudden, their job ends. When their job ends, they want you to be their mother. We are not going to be your mother. You did not bring us here to be your mother. We are your spouse. We are your children's mother. We are saving our tears for later, because if you're a terrible man, we are likely to have terrible children. So now, why should I be crying for you and you're a grown man? Why should I be not sleeping at night because you know what? Oh, my husband this, my husband that. Once you lose your job, once you lose all your money, you're broke. If you've been investing in your wife, if you've been investing in your family, then now you can sit again. I told you marriage is involving a lot of things. Then you can draw. Go back on the drawing board, sit on the table. My table is an 8-seater. We are going to sit on this table. We are 6 of us. My family is consisted of 6 people. And we are going to sit here, maybe except the child, but even the child, my 12-year-old needs to sit in the meeting to know that their father has lost the job. And now I want to talk about a man who's responsible, like the pastor's child that I'm married to. Okay, this pastor's child that I'm married to, he knows that it's his job to take care of his family. And I'm going to personalize myself. When my husband lost his job a year ago, we called a family meeting. His company moved to Colombia, and we called a family meeting. And we sat on this table, and we told the children, that, your dad is no longer working, because he was the primary provider. Because, as I said from before, I told him I come from money, I need money. And he was able to do what? He was able to step it up, and I've been able to stay home and take care of the children. I have literally raised my children, and he's been a provider. If anything happens to him, which happened, I should now grandfather him to act in place of his mother. Because you know what? He's been there. He's taken care of this family. He's given 100%. We've been having 4 or 5 vacations a year. My birthday has been amazing. We had it good. So you know what? At this time, I'm going to grandfather him. And you know what? I'm going to own him. If anybody takes this man now, my husband, now, I have to deal with that woman accordingly, because you know what? This man has given me 29 years of all his finances, all his time, all his respect. His relatives, none of his relatives, nobody has disturbed the peace in this house. My sister-in-law is watching. My sister-in-laws none of my sister-in-law is even allowed to. I've never, 29 years, I've never had anybody disturbing me. Now when that happens, now I can sit here. Not only do you protect your husband from whatever challenges is going, you protect your husband from the children, because these children, once they turn a certain age, they turn against the father, because the father is in charge. The father is the head of this home. When daddy speaks, he speaks. Even if I was the primary care, he's the head of this home. So you know what? I can take the role of his mother and start. I won't cry for him, but I'll hold him and be like, sweetie, where are we going? And now with the children. But these men who've never done anything, now they're here. You go lose your license because you are drinking and driving, right? You go lose your license because you raped somebody at your job. You go lose your job because you're doing something stupid. And over the years, you've been investing with your sister, you've been investing with your mother, you've been drinking, you've been abusing me, you've been doing all these things. Now you want to stay here in America and start crying and saying, oh, when my wife became a nurse, I saw another message. Oh, when she became a nurse, oh, she left me. Let me tell you guys something. I'm speaking to African men who are actually in America or out of their villages, okay? You don't have to be a registered nurse to make 6 figures. Now we make money when we are sleeping. Nowadays, we go to bed and you wake up and there's money in your bank account. You don't even need to leave the house. Women are working from the kitchen. A woman is cooking. That's how I started my business. I started my business so I can stay home with my children. My income has been silent because you know what? I'm with the children. My husband was the one working. I'm with the children around the time. Most of the time, when the kids get home, I'm home. I'm one of the women who's making money when they are sleeping. I don't have to be on my online shop for people to buy things, for waist beads. And I'm selling waist beads. I'm not even selling much. I don't have to be online for somebody to put money in my bank account. You understand? Women are making money. So it's not about money. But now you have these men who have been doing total rubbish. Okay, rubbish. They've been drinking. They've been hanging around. They've been cheating. They've been doing all kinds of things. Now they lost their jobs. They want us to grandfather them. We are not grandfathering you. And I'm not supporting any woman to grandfather any man who is irresponsible. Let the mother, let the sisters, let the cousins grandfather him. Because you know what? You cannot harvest where you did not invest. We are not going to grandfather you. Stop crying here. You come from places where you have land. Go back to your village. Here in America, we are growing food. Go back to your village. Women, we adapt to change very, very fast. If my husband decides today he's leaving, the generation we are in, I'm just going to, do I even need to wash myself? I'm already washed. Look at me now, look at me. I'm already washed. I am ready to just mingle and marry another man somewhere in Mexico, somewhere in Sierra Leone, and move on. You men, you're not able to do that. Pack your bags from America and go back home to your villages. There are women waiting for you. You won't even finish 1 week before those women take you. We don't want you here. And we are not going to babysit you here. Because you know what? Women like good things. Women like to look as nice as I'm looking. Women adapt to change very fast. Women nowadays, they look at even Facebook. The women are traveling everywhere. Women are doing things. But men are not doing anything. Pack your stuff. We will help you go back to your village to Mwinzao. If now my husband is not going to Mwinzao, this one is grandfathered in. I have one, I have grandfathered in. This one, I will make sure that woman who takes him, I deal with her accordingly. Go to your village. It is cheaper for me to support my husband, my lazy husband, in his village, in Nyando Chevere. Go back to Meru, go back to Kambani, go back to where you came from. We will raise a ticket for you. Go to your village and your villagers will receive you. You're going to find a woman that wants land, a woman that just wants land to cultivate, a woman that just wants a man, and your skin is going to be even nice. Because you know what? Those women will be so happy to have you to be, oh my goodness, oh, you came from America, even just being from America. And you know your citizens, go marry those village girls, okay? File for them for citizenship and bring them here and you will enjoy life. Because us here, we don't want you. We don't want lazy men. And then another thing, we don't want men with big stomachs. We don't want men who's poor, who have poor hygiene. We don't want men who don't have money. We want good living. Because some of us, that is the pace our parents set us. Our parents set us in a nice life. Now you want us, in the name of marriage, because we have children, you want us to take us back to poverty because you married us and we have become nurses, now we have become engineers, now we have become this and that our parents took us to school. Because you did not educate us, you did not bring us here. We came here for greener pastures. You want us to take us to dry pastures like in Ukambani. No, Kisii is green. We are not going to live in Ukambani where it is dry. I know better. You can't take me from Kisii and take me to Ukambani and tell me, oh, sleep here and wait for government aid. No, we are not waiting for government aid. Go back to your parents. Go back to your village. And you know, I'm done. I'm done raising money for any Kenyan man that is dying in America because he was an alcoholic, because he was I don't know what. I'm not giving a dime to you guys. Go back, you have land. Some of you are very well to do. Especially the people who came from Nyando Chevere, from that area. I see them here drunk every weekend. Go back to your village. Go back to your village and start farming because all you need sex and food. That's what men need. And we are not giving you. We don't have time. We don't have time to give you sex. And we don't have time to cook for you. And your lazy self is sitting there watching TV. Go back. You will not even finish a week before you get a woman. Pacifica, the topic today, we want our men to go back to their villages. We are divorcing them. Let them go back to their villages. They are of value. Be the prodigal son. Don't be here and be a problem. Go back home. There are women who love you. And the fact that you have an accent from America, the fact that you are here, the fact that you even have land, pack your stuff and go. We are going to raise a ticket for you. We send you back home. We are not your mothers. We are going to cry. Our children are already giving us sleepless nights. You cannot cry over a man and cry over your children. Pack your stuff and go back home. The women are there and they will have a big wedding for you. And a huge wedding, they'll be happy that you are home. Some of you missed the memo that you know what? You're value to somebody else. But as women, you see at 50, I'm like feeling cute like this. Somebody, I want to go to a next man who's going to add value than what I have. I don't want somebody who's devaluing me, sitting here on the couch and flipping channels and drinking. I don't want to reduce my value. I want a man who's going to add my value. So if I'm a nurse, I'm going to date a doctor. If I'm an entrepreneur, I'm going to date another entrepreneur. Nowadays, we are the generation that we are going to remarry, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to still talk to my father-in-law like nothing happened. I'm going to talk to my sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws like nothing happened. There is nothing that is going to stop me from remarrying when I'm ready to remarry, because we are the generation that our fathers set us free so we can remarry. We can remarry anytime. And my husband can go back to his village and marry another woman, and me, I'll just go back to Nyando Chevere and just mind my business, or be married to Sierra Leone, or be married to Brazil. We are the women, we are the generation who are going to remarry at 50 years old, and we are going to do a beautiful wedding, and we'll stream the wedding live. And my father-in-law, I'll tell him, Daddy, me and your son are no longer, we are not getting along, Dad, because my father told me not to settle for less. So you cannot bring me to America and take me back to Nyando Chevere, take me back to poverty where I left a long time ago, because you just want to sit on and be on the couch. Now, I'm going to sip water and start speaking like a nice mother with 4 children. And someone who cares, okay? I want to speak like I've finished ranting. So let's talk to you men. And I want to speak as a mother of boys, okay? Go back to your basics. Go back to your basics. When you've been through these things, instead of trying to really fix this, I'm going to give you pointers for you to follow. And I'm speaking as a mother of boys. And there's a book. If you're in Kenya, you need to buy a book by Silas Gisiora that he's written, 50 Memos to Men. And let me tell you, most of the African mothers, they are here in America in their children's house. Most of the women are here in America babysitting their grandchildren. Where are the fathers? The fathers are either in the graveyard or they are out there with the ones who are being sent money to do things. And some of you who are listening to me right now, you probably have your mother in your house. You probably have your mother somewhere. Mothers and their children are inseparable. Don't think that you took your mother and you left your father in Kenya, that's going to go well. No. This history is going to repeat itself. Because you know what? These children, your children that you have now, they are watching you. Where are the mothers? The mothers are in America. Minnesota, Texas, New Jersey is full of kissy mothers who left their husbands one way and they've never looked back. But you know what? What goes around comes around. It is going to be payback time. Women, whatever you do to your men, a payback is coming. You're going to cry. The same way you punished that man that I've told to go back in the village. These children that you gave back to with him, some of them are going to be like his sisters. Some of them are going to be like his brothers. Some of them are going to be like him. If you have one child, they say you have no children. If you have 2, 3, they say, you know what? You cannot come out without having one. In Kisi, we say, it means every granary has a weevil. Because you know what? How are you going to go by with 4 children and you don't have a headache child? You are not human. One child is going to give you a headache. Okay, let's go. Take a pen and a paper, and then I'm going to invite Uncle Jimmy. I hope you're there. Men, you are the CEO of your life. You asked the woman out and she accepted. You are the CEO of your life. If nobody has reminded you, let me remind you. You're the CEO of your life. Number 2, stop playing like you are a victim. Telling people that when my wife became a nurse, when my wife became an engineer, when my wife started doing this, stop playing the victim. You're not a victim. Take responsibility of your bad choices while you were in marriage. Take responsibility. Take responsibility of your failures. You failed. You didn't know better. Even me, I didn't know better. I was crying for my husband. I didn't know that, he needed to be with his friends. I didn't know better. I was stupid. Take responsibility of your failures. Number 3, stop complaining. I hope you got your pen. Stop complaining. You're complaining to everybody how your wife this, your wife that. It's so shameful that you can sit, a whole man, a whole CEO who can hire and fire. You can sit somewhere, a grown man, and complain about your wife. A whole CEO of a company, of a big company, Apple, and all these big companies. You are a brand. My husband's name, Abu, is a brand. Abu to go sit somewhere, and Abu and Incorporated, Abu Inc. Your whole CEO, you're sitting somewhere talking about an employee you hired, and the employee is a headache. Fire the employee. You're the owner of that employee. You hired me. My husband hired me to oversee his empire. Fire the employee and hire a better employee. You're the CEO. Stop complaining and find solutions to your problems. Your wife is not the problem. You are the problem. Take responsibility. Number 4, stop being afraid of failure. You failed. We have failed. Even us choosing some of the men we chose to marry, we failed. Although me, I hit a jackpot. I'm one of the proud women who said I got the best man on planet Earth. As you can see, I'm grandfathering him in, for better or for worse. I got a good man, and I take pride. And my mom told me that we are not supposed to say that, but I'll tell other women that they are good men. I have one of them. Very good man. He has his own, we have all challenges, but my husband is a good man. And I take pride to tell my children, I chose a good man for you. And he comes from a very nice family. Do background check before you marry this man. Because you know what? The foundation is a man. Where he's coming from. Some of these men, you marry them, they have trauma. Now you're marrying a client, you have to be counseling his whole life. Don't marry clients. Do some homework. Okay? Stop being afraid of your failures. Accept. Failure is success. Once you fail, now you know. Now if I've failed my 29 years of marriage, now I can even go start a new marriage and do better. Failure is success. Don't be afraid. Number 5, stop procrastinating of divorcing your wife. File that divorce. Call us to raise money for you for air ticket. We are going to raise, on my platform, we can raise an air ticket for any Kenyan man that wants to go back home. Even Nigeria, if we are sure you're going, any African part, whatever country you want to go to, we are going to save a life. We don't want you to die here. Take responsibility and buy that ticket. Don't keep saying, I'm going to leave her. Leave her, because she's not your mother. And she doesn't like you. And she's not going to change her life for you. She's probably already has another boyfriend. You know, women always have boyfriends, and we are very good at, keeping. Nobody knows that they are there. They are there. We like men with benefits. We don't date for free. No. There is no love. There is no woman who's going to lie to you that they love you unconditionally. It's a lie. So she already has somebody. She goes and refreshes herself. She comes back. You're trash to her. So don't procrastinate. Pack your stuff. We are going to raise a ticket for you. We send you back home alive, and you're going to find a woman who's going to love you and adore you and make sure you get food and sex. That's all you need. Us here, we don't want you. Okay? Number 6, stop being hard on yourself. Accept that you messed up. Take responsibility. Sometimes we mess up. Who doesn't mess up? Take responsibility and say, I messed up. In fact, you could have, even me, really, if you really think about it, I'm sure my husband has regretted many times how he ended up in this situation. But you know what? He probably, he's like, now, this kissy girl, where am I going to start now? I'm sure he's stuck, and he's really tried to stay, because he's like, how did I end up here? You know what I'm saying? Just say, I messed up, but you know what? I'm going to hang in there. Because as you can see, I'm not the easiest wife to deal with. How are we happily married? Because my husband sat and said, you know what? I'm just going to deal with her anyway. I'll make her the mother of my children. And then even me, I'm like, even if he doesn't come home on time, he hangs out every weekend. I'm just going to be with him. I decided to endure and just accept. Accept that. Accept that, you know what? I made a bad choice. So, you know what? At the time when you are doing that, you did your best. Don't feel bad. Remember, at one time you were somebody. You are a nice man that the woman accepted even to have your children. You are a nice man. So remind yourself that, you know what, one time you used to be good. And then remind yourself that, you know what, I can always start fresh. Go start fresh. Because now you've learned what to do, not what to do. Give yourself grace. Don't be embarrassed that you lost it all. No. You're still very valuable to your parents. You're valuable to your sisters. You're valuable to your brothers. You are somebody. But when we are done with you, you are nobody. That's what Americans. You are not a nobody. Nobody. We don't value you like that. Go back. Go back. Go back to your family. They love you. Huh? 70-year-old husband can still go back home to his family. They love him. Okay? Number 7, stop controlling your educated doctor or nurse or entrepreneur. You want to control a woman who's earning. You've been displaced. Once money gives you options. Once you have no money, money talks. So once you have no money, be quiet and eat and sleep and try to figure out where you're going. Because who are you talking to with no money? Money is a libido booster for women. What is the oldest trade? Sex. Money. Men will buy sex. Now you want me, your wife, to enjoy sex when you're broke. No. You are buying sex. Money is a libido booster. Women don't need Viagra. Women need just a man to give her $1,000. When my husband comes with like the end of year, what do you call this, bonuses, and says, sweetie, oh, here, they gave us this bonus. My God. Even I can just run to the bedroom straight away because, hey, money. Hey, let nobody lie to you that women don't like money. Money is everything, especially once you have children. We have to pay for the children's college. We have to give the children shelter. Money, yeah, is a libido booster. Stop controlling a woman that you are not paying bills in. Stop controlling a woman that you are not helping in any way. You have no power. Go regain your power in your village. Here in America, you have no power. In Nairobi, you have no power. Once you are broke, you have no power. Money is power. Money talks. And you know, men are meant by nature to be providers. That's why I see women saying, oh, my husband left me for the maid. Yes, your husband wants a woman he can provide for. Because now you have money, you think you can disrespect your husband and talk to him however you want because you have money. Men like where they are feeling needed, where I call my husband and act like I really need him. It's a libido booster for them too. Because when a man feels needed, then he's really, oh my goodness, he's even productive. If you are still married, make your husband feel needed. Encourage him. Don't just think, oh, I don't need money, I just need love. No, there's nothing like that. Men, God has created them to be needed. They do little things and you appreciate them. That's a libido booster for them when you call and say, oh, sweetie, how are you? Yeah, I just need like A, B, C, D. And then you say, okay, go get it. He feels great. Okay? Don't control. You cannot control a woman where you have no power. So pick your stuff and go. Find somebody in your village and control there. Okay, number 8. Stop giving up on yourself. I have boys. I have to encourage them. Don't give up on yourself. You could be useless to me, but you're useful to someone. You could be of no value to me, but you're of value to another woman. Go there. Don't feel useless. Stop giving up on yourself. Okay? You are fast. You are the CEO. You are a strong man. Even if now you're crippled, go get your rehab and you know what? Get yourself together. Some of you who come from homes where you have a farm, you could be farming and selling managu, selling sagas. Pack your stuff, go. Speak success into yourself. I've been farming the past few months. I've been doing gardening and I'm making money. I'm selling eggs. I have a lot of eggs to sell. If you're from Nyando Chebire village, go raise chicken. We will raise money for you. Some of us who are already making money in business will stop whatever we are doing. We give you $100. We fundraise for you. You buy chicken. I won't even give you money. I'll give you chicken. My sister has chicken there. I'll just tell her, my sister Maggie, give this man, America kicked him bad. Give him 20 chicken or give him 100 chicken. We'll buy seedlings for you. Right now we are planting fruits in Kajiado there. We are planting like the oranges. I'll just donate 20 oranges to you. Hold on. My pumpkin is boiling. I have corn here. In America, I'm growing corn. This corn, if I sell it right now, is $20. I'm selling almost $1 for one corn. This is kienyeji corn. Yeah? I have this one here. I'm selling. This is $2, $3, depending on who's. I have pumpkin here. This is $3, $4. I have eggs. Eh? These are eggs here. These are eggs. A whole jar of eggs that I'm selling here in America. And now you want to come here and say you can't find a job because you used to be an engineer, you used to be this and this. You don't want to get up and do work. Get up and go do farming back in your village. We will help you get started and marry that village girl that you left there or find another village girl and start life there. Actually, the Kamba girls are the best so far. That's what I heard. Marry a Kamba girl. or marry a kissy girl, but marry a kissy girl at your own risk. You can see what you're going to get. Number 9, stop settling for less. Believe me when I tell you, at the age of my husband now, if he had to go back and pick a wife, right, there is a possibility. Simba, stop. Hold on. Oh, he's a mailman. Simba, stop. There is a possibility he will not pick me again. There is a possibility in his mind he actually settled for less. There is a possibility, men, I'm speaking to you. There is a possibility you settled for less. Do not settle for less. Don't just settle because you met this woman, you went for the looks, you didn't even go for the wisdom, you didn't see anything in her but her looks. You could have settled for less. So get up now, because that woman that is throwing you out, that woman that is not grandfathering you into helping you when you don't have a job, or not helping you, you're going through your alcohol, your mental depression, that woman is not the right woman for you. Hey, Brandon. Right? Don't settle for less. Because you know what? Why do you want to live with someone who doesn't want to support you to succeed? You need someone who's going to help you to succeed. Go find one. Don't settle for a woman that makes you less of a man. Find a woman that can speak life into you. Find a woman that can support you during your crisis. Find that woman who's willing to tell you, oh, sweetie, you went through, you lost your job, come. And she still hugs you and really wants to make love to you without anything, because you know what? You've been such a good husband. Go where you're appreciated. What are you doing in a relationship where somebody doesn't want you? And many of you are in jail. Many of you are maybe roommating. Many of you are abusing alcohol. Many of you are abusing drugs. Go pull up your socks again and go back in the market. Go back to your village and start all over again. We are not your mother. We are your children's mother. Because you know what? We are waiting for our own problems. Our problems are coming. Our problems are on the way. Where is Jimmy? I think Jimmy dropped. He must have gone to, he wanted to speak on behalf of the men. Yeah? Go back to the drawing board. It doesn't matter what age you are. Because especially for those of you who are in America, we are definitely going to put you in a state-funded facility. Because you have no money. You've been sending your money to Kenya. You've been sending your money to girlfriends. You've not been saving. Now you're sick, old, and tired. What are we going to do with you? We are going to put you in a senior citizen facility. And us, we are moving with our children. We are not going to sit there and babysit you. We are not your friends. We are put up with so much. We've been waiting for the children to grow so we can move. The children are grown now. Where are we going to take? Where do you want us to take you? Pack your stuff and go home. And finally, number 10, self-love. Nobody can love you. You can't force anybody to love you who does not love you. And remember, this person you're forcing to love loved you with conditions. They did not love you because they loved you a feeling. They loved you because you had something. And now you don't have that thing. And now you've been abusive. And now you're not a good man. You have to love yourself enough to pack your bags and find a different home from the home that you have now. Because the home you have now is not a home. It's a war zone. Pack your stuff from the war zone and go to a safe place where you're going to feel yourself again. Love is not supposed to hurt. Love is not supposed to be painful. Marriage is not a place where you're supposed to go and be there forever, like a war zone, like fight every day. You come into a home where you're not welcome. Pack your things and go back to your family. Pack your things and go start afresh. Move from the war zone and go to a safe place. A safe place is where you came from. Go to your sisters, go to your brothers. They love you. They will even arrange marriage for you and find you a girl that will suit you at that age. There's a girl who's willing to take you the way you are. Us, we don't want you. Somebody's going to take you, but it's not us. Us, we are moving on to better things. And we never look back. It doesn't matter what you're going, especially if you're drunk every weekend, you're on drugs, you don't have a job. We are not ever going to look back because we are worried about our children. We are not worried about you. Pack your stuff and go where you're wanted. But sitting around and telling everybody how your wife is this, your wife is that, you're the one who's at a loss. And nothing is going to change unless you wake up one day and, you know what, make those changes for yourself. I think he wanted to speak in behalf of the men. He must be at work. Okay? That's all I had to say today. We are not your mothers. We are not your mothers. We are mothers to your children. A woman's love is conditional. A woman's love to a man is not unconditional. We only love our children unconditionally. If you've left your village, Nyandochevere village, for greener pastures, and the pastures have dried, go back to your village. We can raise a ticket for you. Go back to your home. You're wanted there. You're not here. You're not wanted. And most of these people who are doing this, who are suffering and going through all these challenges, they've already taken American citizenship or UK, whatever country you're in. You've been there long enough that you become a citizen. Park one way, go back to your village. You are going to stand a chance to live long and see your children grow. Than you staying here and then you die and we send you in a coffin. There are women there waiting for you in your condition and they'll take you. They won't have a problem. But don't force us to accept you in those conditions. Go start a new life. Here, there is no chance for you. There is nothing. And you're not going to change a woman who you've been abusing, a woman that you've been not supporting, a woman that you've been abusing all the time. You're not going to make her keep you there, cook for you and clean for you. No, we are not your mothers. Go where you're loved. Go where you're welcome. Don't be a burden here and now. We have to raise money to send your dead body home to your family. We don't want that. Nathan is saying women who go to America, men out there buy retirement homes far away from America. These ladies who go there are monkeys who will be there. Nathan, I want to tell you that women adapt to change very fast. We marry anywhere and we adapt to change. Once we are here, we change very fast. That's a fact. So don't expect women not to change. Even your own mother, you bring her here, she will change. Women change, adapt to change. But don't tell us to settle for less because we married you. There is no woman who's going to settle for less when she's seeing opportunities for her children. There is no woman who's going to go back into welfare because her husband has decided to drink and drive and just sit on the couch. Women want good for their children. We want good things. We want to go on vacation. We want good homes. We want to live in good neighborhoods. So don't come and tell us here in America to settle for less. Not to pack and leave their children. The women don't want them. So why should your brother, why should your cousin, why should your uncle suffer here and die here when a woman has decided she doesn't want him? Don't entertain, don't push your family members to stay here if they are not able to support themselves. Because they're expecting women to take care of them. Women are not going to take care of you. Because you know what? They have your children to take care of. They have their responsibilities coming up. So if you cannot own up and take responsibility and start your life all over again, okay, if you don't want to go back home, find another wife here. Because so many cases right now we have in court, domestic violence cases, is men forcing women to take care of them after they lost their jobs. Especially after COVID, a lot of men lost their jobs. So now they lost their jobs, they cannot find other jobs. They want to sit and be taken care of. And some are demanding care. Oh, I took care of you when you are not working, and now take care of me. Which woman is going to take care of a man? Or a man with a big stomach? Who's going to take care of you? Nobody's going to take care of you. You're going to be a problem to society, because now once you die, we have to raise money and take you back home to your dead self. No, yes, the men here, the women don't want them. The lazy men, the women don't want them. We are telling them, instead of dying here in depression, carry your bag, go home. Women do not have sympathy for men who are not productive. Women are conditional. If you can't bring this, you can't bring that. You can't get this. All women are the same, especially a woman who has given birth to children. Her children have first priority, not the father. But if you're grandfathered in, you came late. If you've been grandfathered in, you've been taking care of your family, and you know your husband has lost a job. If you've been a good man, then you've earned it. Then we are going to take care of you. But you've been this man who's been letting your sister-in-laws fight you, your mother-in-law has been fighting me, everybody has been fighting me in the family. You allowed everybody to fight me when you are the one who was making 6 figures. Now the 6 figures is gone, and now you want me to stick by you because now I have an income. It does not work like that. We are not going to stick with you. We are going to ask you to pack your stuff, go to your sister, go to your mother, go to your cousin, go somewhere where they are going to accept you. Because you know what? When you are okay, you didn't think I was anything. Now all of a sudden you want to make it sound like I'm something. No, it does not work like that. My time is up. God bless you. And you know what? Share this video, invite your friends, and tell them, because I gave a list of 10 things. And remember, you're the CEO of your life. You are in charge of your life. If you like flowers, go get them. If you like corn, go grow the corn. If you like eggs, go buy chicken. Go do these things that you want to do. Do not be a dependent and you want people to depend on you. Or to look at you and be like, oh, I should have. Really, Brandon? You see, now I have to finish my video. Okay. So the children are here. I have to get off. Cheers. Share this video. And you know what? Let's keep talking. If you've not liked this video, do that. If you've not shared, do that. If you've not subscribed, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And the hardest thing for us to do is to accept that we've made bad choices, and for us to turn around and make better choices for ourselves. It starts one step at a time. And I told you guys the last time, if you read the book, The Tipping Point, it's the little steps, the little things you're going to do one step at a time that is going to give you results. Change one step at a time, one thing at a time. And then you're going to start living a life with purpose where you're not blaming anybody, because you're going to take responsibility of your life. Cheers and God bless you. Have a nice weekend.